Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and it's time for this week's Omega Ruby rotation battles in the free battle on BattleSpot. So if you don't know which team I'm going to be bringing, I did put a video up yesterday of the team builder, so there's a link down in the description. You can click that and check out the team that I put together, including the held items, the movesets, the abilities, and all the strategies that go with them. With all that being said, we're going to get right into these rotation battles and see how well we do today in the Omega Ruby League. Our opponent has been found hailing from the United States. It's Reshiram. We're fighting Reshiram. And on the team we see a Reshiram. Who would have thought? Alright, and we also see a Groudon with an item, a Kyogre with an item, only level 45 though. So those are most likely going to be primals. We have Rayquaza and Arceus and a Kyurem. So I've usually seen people lead that Rayquaza and go with the Mega Evolution. We could slow him down using Slippin's Icy Wind, which could be an idea. Icy Wind would be good against a number of these Pokemon, at least neutral to everything except for the Kyogre. So he's a good idea to lead with. I am actually going to lead with Scales, though, to get the Intimidate drop. I know some of these Pokemon are probably going to be specially offensive, but anything that might have a physical attack, we can at least lower that with the Intimidate. So Slippin is choice number 2 behind Scales. And what else can we bring in? Pikachu wouldn't be very good against a lot of these. But I think I am going to bring him anyway. He could outspeed a number of these things after the Icy Wind speed drop. And you never know, he could get off some crazy damage with a Thunderbolt or a Body Slam. So he is choice number 3. And for the remaining moves, I'm thinking Psyshock from Sailor might not be a bad idea. We can also use, if I want to bring Cliff, I can use his trick to give a Flame Orb to one of these Pokemon. We're not going to steal any item away from them. However, I'm now thinking more defensively. We see a number of Dragon types. I'm going to bring Cliff as the third or fourth choice, so I'm bringing Scales the Salamence and 3 unevolved Pokemon, our Piplup, Pikachu, and Clefairy. Let's see how well this goes. I'm thinking if I fear a Dragon type move, I can just rotate in with Cliff and be immune to it. Alright, Reshiram, let's see what you've got. Now, are they going to go with their own namesake and lead with the Reshiram? Doesn't look like it. Alright, so Groudon comes first. I was hoping that would be their lead because I'm pretty sure Groudon is more physically offensive than specially. Which means our Intimidate drop is going to matter. Is that the red orb you're holding? Of course it is. Alright, so with Groudon active, the Desolate Land activates, meaning water moves will fizzle out before they can even hit. Which is a really good ability for this Pokemon, because when it Primal reverts, it goes Ground and Fire type. It would be double weak to water, so that ability is really handy. So given that, I don't think we have any Dragon moves to fear from this, but I'm going to rotate around and bring up Slippin and go with the Icy Wind. I'm thinking that they might want to swap around and bring the Rayquaza up, go for some Dragon type attack. But if they do, we're going to be able to slow it down with Icy Wind. And it actually stays and goes for Lava Plume. So we didn't even need the Focus Sash for that one. Would have been nice. Or, you know, it's still nice to have it, I should say. So the Groudon slows down. Will they keep it in? Like, I'm curious to see if Slippin outspeeds now. I'm trying to think, would they spin around or not? I'm going to go for a Mud Slap. It could be a mistake if they rotate in the Rayquaza. But we can deal with that Rayquaza with our Salamence. So let's try Mud Slap. And it actually still outspeeds. Alright, so Strength brings down our little Piplup. So my next idea. Groudon is really heavy. Would I be able to bring Pikachu in and go for a nice Grass Knot? We can also get a Body Slam off. But I think first, let's see what Cliff can do. We'll put up a Reflect. I'm pretty sure we can't trick away the red orb. So this will hurt. And it actually drops us in a single hit. I wasn't expecting that much damage. So Pikachu, I think, this is probably going to go for a ground attack. In fact, assuming that's what's going to happen, I'm going to rotate around into Scales right now, We will Mega Evolve. We don't need Intimidate for anything else, plus I can't bring him back anyway. And we're going to go with a very powerful Flying type boosted Double Edge. So now we will get our own Mega on the field. Now come on, go for Precipice Blades. You know you want to. So first off, we get the Double Edge. Pretty powerful. We do take that recoil. And it still saves with Lava Plume. So that was pretty painful. We don't get burned, fortunately. I think now's a good time to spin around to Pikachu. And we're just going to go with a Grass Knot. And they withdraw. So whatever comes is going to take a Grass Knot. Is it going to be Reshiram? I hope not. It's Arceus. I believe it's normal type. Yeah, because it's not holding a plate. It didn't have an item. Now, I once saw a Pikachu... Oh, that was a critical hit. I was going to say, I once saw a Pikachu drop an Arceus using Volt Tackle, but we don't have Volt Tackle. I'm going to spin around back into Scales. I'm going to go with another Double Edge attack. We do outspeed, which is very good. And we drop Arceus. So we're certainly behind in this match. We're down to 2 Pokemon, and Scales is almost down, while the opponent still has 3 left. But at least we took one of them down. So would they think I'd go for another Grass Knot? Possibly, but there's really not much choice in this matter. I'm going to spin around to Pikachu and go Grass Knot. They rotate. I thought they were going to do that. The Harsh Sunlight phase, and I think we're going to see Mega Evolution. There it is. So Pikachu is probably about to fall to whatever this thing wants to go for. Is it going to go Dragon Ascent? People love to use Dragon Ascent the moment this Mega evolves. We outspeed! That's really interesting. There is Dragon Ascent. Now, we do resist this, but will it matter? Pikachu is not defensive. Nope, doesn't take it. But the defenses have just dropped. Wonder if now's a good time to go Dragon Claw. Sorry, Pikachu. Yeah, I don't think we have much chance to win this anyways, but we're gonna go Dragon Claw to try to knock this out before it goes away. And Extreme Speed will drop us, unfortunately. If only Dragon Ascent lowered attack, too. But anyways, we lose this particular match in the rotation battles, unfortunately. Good game, Reshiram. Alright, we're going up against Kyle from Scotland and the United Kingdom, asking for eggs, please. We don't have any eggs, but we do have some Pokemon to battle with. Now, we see a level 37 Ditto. That's probably not coming into battle. We also see the only real battling Pokemon on the opposing side holding an item is the Rayquaza. So, interesting if they're going to Mega Evolve, whatever item it's holding it can still use. Which is really cool. That's the one thing about Mega Rayquaza that puts it above other legendaries in some way. It can hold an item other than the Mega Stone. So, as for the rest of the team, we see a Terrakion, a Kyurem, Uxie, and Heatran. Ground would actually be good against a lot of these Pokemon. We don't have any really powerful ground attacks. We do have Slippin's Mud Slap, but that's not really going to make that much of a difference. Since we do see only one surefire physical attacker in the Terrakion, I don't know if Scales is the best thing to lead with. I might want to actually leave him in reserve. As for the rest of the team, I think I'm going to try to get some speed dropped. I'm going to actually bring Slippin in, but I don't know if I want to lead with him yet. I can go ahead and start getting some screens up. I think Pikachu is going to be the lead. I'm going to bring Slippin as our second choice. For a more defensive side, I'm going to bring either, I'm thinking Shelly or Sailor. Shelly could have super effective damage on 2 of these Pokemon. 3 if she can hit the Ditto before it Mega Evolves, before it transforms. Yeah, I think Shelly is choice number 3, and our Mega Salamence is going to be 4th choice, held in reserve. fitting music if they use that Uxie. This is the legendary, what would you call them? Beings of, was it knowledge, emotion, and something else? I can't recall, but anyways, let's see, Pikachu, and we got the 2 contest ribbon shines. So Terrakion, Uxie, and the Heatran. So I can easily go for a Grass Knot on this. The only thing would be if they rotate that Uxie in. I'm pretty sure those are light Pokemon, plus it's not super effective. The Heatran would probably be pretty heavy. They might expect I'm going to rotate around to Slippin and bring the Uxie up. If they do that, what can we make use of that? I don't exactly want to rotate into Shelly the Blissey, because if they keep the Terrakion active and goes for a physical fighting move, that could be really bad. We do know Slippin will survive a single hit, so I think that's the idea. We're going to rotate around to Slippin. Now I could go for Mud Slap against 2 of these Pokemon. Icy Wind will slow down anything, but I'm just going to go with the power of Scald and see if we can get a burn on the Terrakion. Sacred Sword. Well, of course it will hurt, but the Focus Sash will keep us in the game. Although we survived it anyway, and the Torrent boosts this. And we almost dropped Terrakion. Do we get the burn? We don't get the burn. Now, Pikachu probably will outspeed. So I'm going to rotate back to him. They might send the Uxie up. I'm going to Body Slam, actually. If Heatran comes up, it's not going to be very good, but we might get the Paralysis. So Body Slam it up. We do outspeed. We're going to drop the Terrakion with a resisted Body Slam, but the Light Ball will ensure we get the knockout. So the first Legendary falls on the opposing side. And Ditto. They actually brought the Ditto. It doesn't have the Imposter ability. Imposter is basically transform in an ability the moment it comes out. What do I want them to transform into? I'm thinking of rotating back into Slippin. He's not going to survive a hit, and he probably won't outspeed the Uxie. He might outspeed the Heatran, but I doubt it. I'm going to keep Pikachu in. I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt, hoping for Paralysis. If I'm really hoping for Paralysis, though, I should use Body Slam. Yes, I'm Body Slamming. So we are going to probably drop the Ditto. Yep, down it goes. So, I'm going to say right now, unfortunately, this wasn't the most competitive match because we did see a level 37 come into battle. But, given the fact that I am using unevolved Pokemon, I'm pretty okay with that. So, they might want to rotate the Heatran up thinking that I'm just going to keep using Body Slam. This time, I am going to go Thunderbolt. Not as good a chance to paralyze, but it is more powerful, and the Uxie stays up. 2 more of those can get the knockout, but will Pikachu survive this? Not very well, but he is still in there. I'm going to rotate out to Blissey right now and put up a Light Screen. Okay, Future Sight, I'm okay with that. We are super specially defensive, and the Light Screen is going to make it even more so. Now, they're going to keep this Uxie active. So I'm thinking of going for Dazzling Gleam if so. Focus Blast will be super effective against the Heatran if it comes up. I'm going to actually Copycat. Let's see what they go for. Future Sight fails, but we are going to copy that and get a Future Sight of our own powered up. Alright, so we do have pretty good special attack too. This might really come into play. So, at this point, I think I'm just going to go Dazzling Gleam. Just get off some damage. Extra Sentry might cause the flinch. Critical hit. That was a critical, and you saw how little damage it did. And we didn't do too much damage either, but the Future Sight hits. Again, hardly any damage. I'm going to go for one more Dazzling Gleam, and if this Uxie stays in the active spot, Pikachu can come in for a Thunderbolt. Alright, so trying to flinch us out, it looks like. Another critical. We do get the Dazzling Gleam attack off, and the Future Sight actually might drop this Uxie. I don't think it takes type effectiveness into consideration. Actually, it does. So the Heatran might spin around. If so, I'm going to rotate into Pikachu anyway and go for a Thunderbolt. So we are going to drop the Uxie. It's funny, our Salamence hasn't yet hit the field. So we do just lose the light screen. I have both Pikachu and Shelly with the option to put light screen up. I'm going to spin around to Shelly right now and do that with the light screen. So Heatran goes Lava Plume, of course special move, so we're not going to be too affected by it. What was it? That's 3 critical hits our Blissey has taken so far, and she is only now eating her Citrus Berry. You gotta love the special defense. And even more so, light screen now boosts the special defense, cutting all special moves by half. So at this point, I'm going to spin around to Pikachu and go, I know it's resisted, but I'm going to go Body Slam for the greater chance for paralysis. Alright, let's see what we can pull off here. Not very effective. No paralysis. Lava Plume probably will drop Pikachu now. Yeah, at that HP, there's no way he's taking that. So it is time for our Mega Salamence to come in now. So, this is resistant to all 3 of Scales' attacks. So he's not going to really be able to do too much. We can start whittling them down with some double edges or Dragon Claws. But for starters, I'm going to spin around back to Blissey and go with a Focus Blast. Super effective. I think he's going to keep going for Lava Plume. Alright, so we do connect. It's going to be pretty powerful. Now this is a legendary we're dealing with though. Okay, so one more of those should get... And we did drop the special defense. Now we're going to risk a miss with the second Focus Blast. We're going to try that once again. Lava Plume connects. And they still can't bring down this Blissey. We do connect with the second Focus Blast, and it looks like that's going to secure us the game. We took down a team of Legends plus Ditto. So, it is a win. We're out counting that. It wasn't as impressive as it could have been, but good game, Kyle, anyways. Our final opponent for the week from Nayarit, Mexico is Diego. Diego's team is comprised of a couple of legendaries, actually 5 legendaries. We see a level 42 Marowak, which is not likely to see the battle. We see a Diancie, Deoxys, Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza, so the Hoenn trio is here. We see Kyogre's not holding an item, so we don't have to worry about Primordial C. Mega Rayquaza, I'm saying Mega, assuming what else would it be, is holding an item. Groudon could Primal Revert, and that could be a Mega Diancie, actually, which we haven't seen yet. So, there is not really that much physical offense you need to worry about, so I don't think Scales is a good lead. I might want to leave him in reserve and bring him in later in the battle. Getting some speed drop on the opponent would be nice, so I think probably Slippin is choice number 1. And special attack is a thing from these opponents, so I think I'm going to bring a light screening Pokemon in Blissey, Shelly's choice number 2. I'd like to bring a more defensive Pokemon, which will be... I'm thinking bringing Sailor. Dazzling Gleam... No, she has Psyshock. I'm not thinking Dazzling Gleam is on Blissey. Yeah, we're going to go Psyshock. So, we do have Sailor, choice number 3. Choice number 4 is Scales the Mega Salamence. Let's get this battle, if I can click confirm, started. Final match of the week. Diego, what do you have? So as I say, I don't expect we're going to see that Mega... I almost said Mega Marowak. That would be a thing. But I don't think we're going to see that Marowak. All 3 contest ribbons shine nicely. We see Marowak. Well, color me surprised. Level 42 Marowak, alright. Of all these Pokemon, definitely Icy Wind is the way to go. It's going to be super effective against 2 of them, neutral to the Groudon. Again, assuming it's holding the red orb. So, for no matter what, I'm just going to go with an Icy Wind and slow something down. Unless we get a knockout on the Marowak. I didn't think so, it's not that powerful. We do slow it down. We see it goes for a Bone Meringue, which does connect. Now, this will break the sash, unfortunately, but not if we survive it. So those those multi-hit attacks like Bone Ring actually do get around things like Focus Sash. So we did slow the Marowak down. I know we have to worry about some physical moves from this Groudon. I think I'm going to actually spin around into our Sailor Musharna. Just go with a Psyshock. Get off some decent damage on whatever comes up. There is Groudon. I was considering going around. It's not Mega! Okay, this is a bit more of a chance for us. So, we saw a special-based move. I can spin around into Shelly and get up the light screen, actually. Which is going to be the choice to go with. So that means we can freely Dazzling Gleam anything for neutral or super effective damage. But first we're going to think defensively. Alright, what is Diego going to choose to go with? So I've evolved Pokemon 8 times, Diego has evolved 55 times. I like the little stats they give you just like while you're waiting for your opponent to make their move. Battle points 869 compared to 20. Well, I do a lot of battling in the battle spot. Or not battle spot, the battle maison. So we easily take this special base Lava Plume. Even more so now with the light screen. Now I'm thinking they might want to stay active with this Groudon. I'm going to swing around into our little Piplup. I think we're just going to go with Scald. There's a chance they're going to go for the something very powerful against us to drop us down to Torrent range, at which point Scald will boost, and thanks to the fact that this is not a Primal Groudon, we actually are able to use water moves. Alright, Lava Plume, as long as you don't crit me, I think we're going to take this. Easily. Oh, Torrent doesn't boost it, and we get burned. But you know what? I'm okay with this. Let's get some powerful Scald off on this legendary Groudon. Can we burn it? Nope, but our burn damage does bring us down a little bit. So I'm going to swing back into our Blissey, go with a Dazzling Gleam, which will, I'm pretty sure, drop either the Groudon or Marowak, and do some decent damage to that Rayquaza. Nice thing about the Groudon not Primal Reverting is the fact that the Lava Plume is not Stab. So let's see what they bring up, or if they leave the Groudon here. Rotation happens, up comes Shelly, another Lava Plume, which again we will take quite easily. Dazzling Gleam, do some decent damage back. Don't get the knockout. And we see that this is a very fast Pokemon compared to what we have on the field. I wonder if I should have some fun with the Copycat. No, I'm going to go for a sure thing. I'm going to swing around into Sailor the Musharna and go with the Psyshock. Groudon will not survive that. And Marowak might, but I don't think it will. Rayquaza is their best bet to swing around into. And it's funny, our Salamence, our Mega for the team this week, hasn't even hit the field yet. I'm gonna try that battle test sometime. I've got 0 points in battle test. Alright, so Diego is carefully selecting their next move. And it is Lava Plume. They're just going straight up with that one move. I wonder if this is holding like a choice item. So they have just burned us, but we just burned them thanks to Synchronize. Not that it's going to matter because the Psyshock will drop this here. Boom. And down goes the first legendary on the opposing side. Leftovers will help counteract the burn damage that we take each turn, but burn does more damage than Leftovers heals. So if we wound up trying to stall things out, the burn definitely would win out. Diancie is next. So I don't know what the defenses are like on Diancie. I'm thinking we could Psyshock it. I'm just going to go with the Yawn attack first of all, though. Try to put something to sleep. Dazzling Gleam. It is a stab move. But we actually take that not so bad. So the Diancie has been made drowsy. I'm thinking now I'm going to rotate around into Shelly. Yeah, light screen just wore off. I was thinking that might happen. So I want to swing around and put the light screen back up, boosting our defense once again against special-based moves. Rock Tomb. Yeah, it's going to slow down Shelly, but she wasn't that fast to begin with. Did a decent amount of damage. But the Diancie is going to fall asleep at least. Alright, now what are they going to go for? I think at this point I'm just going to go with... I'm going to try the Copycat, just to see what I get. If the Diancie stays up, we're going to Copycat... No, we're going to Copycat Light Screen. I shouldn't have chosen Copycat. I'll have to bring in that Rayquaza and go for a Dragon move. I really should have thought that one ahead a little bit better. So they are carefully choosing what to do next. So it stays asleep, they stay active. We're going to try to Copycat the light screen, which will fail because we already have it up. Yep, wasted turn. Okay. Let's hope the Diancie stays asleep. I'm going to rotate into Slippin and go with a Scald. It stays asleep, which is good. We'll get some super effective stab Scald off. We actually drop it in a single hit. Critical, that's why. Alright, there goes another legendary down. So their only real threat right now is that Rayquaza. That being the case, I'm going to swing around into our Blissey, go with a Dazzling Gleam. If this is a special-based Rayquaza, we will be able to survive some hits and get off some good, super effective damage. It is a Mega Rayquaza, probably with the Dragon Ascent attack, or it has the Dragon Ascent attack, that's how it can Mega Evolve. If that's the one they went for, we can probably take that quite well thanks to our special defense. So flying type weaknesses are now negated, but fortunately your fairy weakness is still in effect. Assuming we can take this. We do not. Alright, so they lose their defenses. Which means our Salamence comes in right now. At this point, I don't think there's any other reason or anything else to go for except Mega Evolution and go for a Dragon Claw. Definitely if they swing in the Marowak, it's going to knock that out. And if we manage to land a hit on the Rayquaza, if it doesn't outspeed us, we should be able to drop this as well. So we outspeed, and thanks to the defense drop from Dragon Ascent, we almost drop this. Oh, it's holding Focus Sash. Focus Band, actually. Alright, so this battle is not over yet. Focus Band is going to be a problem, most definitely. Assuming that it activates again. So we just lost our light screen. But I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Double Edge. Just to be able to say I used that. I don't know what the percentage chance is for Focus Band actually activating, but let's hope that it doesn't kick in again. And we just simply get the knockout. Opponent chooses their move, we'll get to see what happens. I've had battles in the Battle Maison before where a Focus Band activates like 3 times in a row, which is really just insane. There should be a limit, it can't activate twice in a row or something like that, but, you know. Anyways, we do drop the Mega Rayquaza. Focus Band didn't hit the second time, and all they have left is the Marowak. So we're just going to go for another Double Edge, just to knock this little Bone Keeper Pokemon out. I could have just went with Dragon Claw, I guess, for like not to be as brutal. But I don't know, let's just go Double Edge since it is the It's like the special move because it is boosted into flying type thanks to the ability, and it is the most powerful that we have. There's really not much this Marowak can do to touch us. So we're going to drop this Marowak, gaining the victory for our team this week. Good game to Diego, played well. And this brings us to the end of this week's Pokemon Omega Ruby rotation battles. Fortunately, I was able to squeeze in a third match this week because the first one ended pretty quickly, and we actually had quite an impressive showing once again this week. Scales, Pikachu, Slippin, Shelly, and Sailor all gained themselves a green glow of victory for their victories, and unfortunately Cliff just didn't manage to take that Lava Plume from, I think it was Primal Groudon that hit him. So I probably should have rotated in Pikachu and used Light Screen before that, in retrospect, but kind of didn't want to risk Pikachu at that point in time. But anyway, regardless, we're still doing very well with rotation battles, even though, like I've said along the way, our victorious matches aren't as impressive as they could be, because both of the ones this week were against Pokemon, or teams of Pokemon, that weren't all fully at level 50. But that's just how things seem to go in the free battles sometimes, unfortunately. Perhaps someday soon, the rating battles will allow the older generation Pokemon without the blue Pentagon back in, so I can get back to showing off some more impressive battles, but we'll have to wait and see how things play out in the future. For the time being, this ends off this week's rotation battle video. Feel free to leave me a comment down below letting me know what you thought of these matches and the Pokemon I used, and leave any suggestions that you might have for improved movesets or strategies to go along with the Pokemon. And with that, I'm going to end off this video. Thank you everybody for checking out these battles today, and I'll catch you next time.